Hello.
Hello, Ben.
You right?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too.
You sound apprehensive.
Of course, I'm fucking apprehensive. This
Why would you be apprehensive?
well, we're talking about one of my favourite movies of all time,
Oh, yeah.
and one of the best movies I've ever seen. Lost in Translation from 2003 by
Yes.
Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, Sophia.
Nepo baby.
Yeah, well, at least she's good at it.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I'm not
Acting, not
that
so
fussed.
much. Directing and writing, yeah. But yes, um, I guess opening statements.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's still fucking great. It's about I, it, I don't like people's interpretation of it as a romantic film, but there's enough room in there that I can say it's not about that. It's about two people lost at various stages in their life, transitory stages, in the perfect setting in Tokyo because it's sort of weird and ethereal and almost dreamlike in some stages, and it amplifies the feelings of being lost. And I think it's great. I think the performances are great. I think the directing is great. I think the writing is great. I really love it. Now tell me how much you hate this movie.
Well, first off, happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Did you get me
Yes.
anything?
Well, actually, I'm about to give you your gift now, and rather than do my what I thought before, I'm going to give you for what you actually want me to give you at this point,
Okay,
which is my afterthoughts.
okay.
I actually really liked this film.
Hey, I thought you were bluffing, but I never like
Yeah,
to.
you
I never
you
like.
never you weren't sure.
I never like to let myself believe that just in case, because I can't imagine anything worse than thinking you really
I
like something and then you fucking hate it.
As anyone who has seen, well, will have seen the San Andreas video we put out this coming Tuesday. It's weird.
This will
It
make
makes sense if
sense
you know.
in a few days.
Give it 3 days. You might not get it, but your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
we're ahead of our
I
time.
I I made a point of saying to like making it sound like I wasn't a fan because I think it's fun. But I know I did enjoy this film. Going into it, I'm gonna do for going into it.
Yeah,
Going into it, I had not really seen anything other than
yeah,
discussions about the ending,
yes,
which I know we'll get to towards
yeah,
the end.
yeah,
And I had taken from what I had heard that it was less a love story, and we talked about this,
yeah,
but more a tale of like a human connection,
yes.
and discovering another person that you gel with, but not necessarily being romantically entangled with.
I think the idea that this is a romantic story lessens it. I think it means more if it's just two people, as
I
I say,
think
lost at various stages of their lives, whose lives briefly intersect and they never see each other again.
I think it's important to accept that there are multiple interpretations of the term romantic.
Yes.
A place can be romantic, a relationship can be romantic, and I think there is a romance here, but it's not a sexual romance. Is I
It's
think for what the distinction that we ought to make.
yeah,
I don't. We don't. They're not meant to be as much as we may at some point want them to, or not want them to accordingly. There's not really the room for them to become partners in
no.
this film. That's not what the movie is angling towards. But
Yes.
they are experiencing this sort of romantic connection with each other and the city
I
together.
think that's the way they might interpret it.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll come on because there's a moment that happens later, which sort of I think is very interesting. But we'll get to
I
it.
think I might know the moment you mean actually.
Yes, there's jealousy involved. And I'm not sure the character.
Yes, that's
It's
exactly the moment I was.
complicated. It's
Yeah,
complicated. But
yeah.
yes. So we
Oh,
open.
also,
Oh
I saw right as I started watching that it said there was sexual imagery, which I
yes,
told you about, and you said there might be breasts in it. So I,
yes.
I got very interested very quickly.
I'd
Uh,
forgotten some of this, and I think your interest was piqued right away because the opening shot is Scarlett Johansson's bum.
I'm going to level with you. My first note is opens on a clothed arse. Not a bad start.
Yes, Scarlett Johansson famously, and I'd forgotten about this, spends an awful lot of time in this movie in her pants.
Yes, I'm a
You're welcome.
I like how Scarlett Johansson looks. I know it would never work. She'd be too needy for me.
Well,
I couldn't give her everything she wanted. But I do enjoy looking at Scarlett Johansson.
okay. Well, I probably should have opened with this. She was only 17
Okay,
when they were filming this. Um,
okay.
so
Well, I'm not like I said. I'm not gonna
maybe
enter into a romantic relationship with her. And
I'm just throwing that out there.
no,
Um,
but also very importantly, the age of consent here in the UK is 16.
oh
So
God, how many times has that
no,
been
I
said
don't
before
want
a
to.
judge?
Look, there is nothing. The whole you are meant to like looking at her in this film. It's part of the way she is presented, right?
Possibly. I think that's
You're meant to view
debatable
her
in and
through
of
his
itself.
lens.
I don't believe that's true.
Okay, well, I disagree with you, and
Fair
we
enough.
are entitled to disagree about this.
Fair enough. Um, well, I think it plays into a wider picture of her not having her life in order.
Okay.
She's never got her clothes on. Anyway.
Well,
Uh,
I'm sat here in a t-shirt and underpants right now. Does that mean I don't have my life in order?
I mean, if the boot fits, which you're almost
I'm
certainly
not
not
wearing
wearing,
boots.
well, there you go.
They're in the back of a
That's the
car.
problem. Anyway, yes, we first meet Bill Murray.
Yes.
He's playing a chap called Bob Harris, who's a movie star who hasn't really had a hit in a while. Was big in the 70s, and he's going to. He arrives at this 5-star hotel in Tokyo and is met by a fleet of staff.
Oh yes.
Is taken up to his room where he again meets a number of members of staff,
Yeah.
and he's there to film an advert for Suntory whiskey.
Ah yes. Make
Um,
it Centauri.
yes, which is something that it's also big now, but apparently big Western actors that used to go over to Japan to film these sort of adverts all the time. Like
Oh, okay.
Connery did it. Bill Murray told a story
What, Roger
about
Moore?
Bill Murray told a story about how before they started shooting, he was in Japan and he saw a placemat with Harrison Ford advertising something, and he looked so pissed off, and he like, what the fuck am I doing here, doing this?
Well, I mean, that's Harrison Ford all the time, isn't it? Have you seen any of his interviews?
He probably would have been happier if he just stayed a carpenter. I think.
Probably, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, no, I don't know. I think he enjoys Indiana Jones.
I think he was tired of Star Wars by the end of,
Yeah.
but probably by the end of the first one, because he famously wanted to be killed off at the end of Empire.
Yeah, and he got so close as well.
Yeah, it took him a few decades, but he got there. Anyway,
Mm.
yes, he's there to film this ad, and
And he's away from his family,
yes, he's
obviously.
he's been married to Lydia for 25 years, and he's got some kids.
Yeah, and he's forgotten a birthday. Adam's birthday, is it?
Yes, that's the facts he gets. So it's Adam's birthday, and his wife sends him a. She's kind of a shrew.
Yeah.
She's,
Oh, she was pissing me off.
yeah, she sends him a fax that says, "You forgot Adam's birthday, by the way. It's all right. I'm sure he won't notice," or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Which is yeah. So he's staying there for that, and I think he goes to the bar.
Yeah, he's recognised by two men in there
Yes.
who quibble, who sort of differ over whether it's actually him or not, or whether it's just someone who looks
Yes.
like him. And then you get this awkward, "Hey, I'm a fan. Oh, what was it like? Oh, blah 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 blah." And he's not in a mood for it. He's had a long. He's tired. He's obviously tired. You can see he looks tired. He looked tired of a taxi at the start,
Yes.
or the car, or whatever it was.
Well, it's a noticeable. It's noticeable he doesn't. He lies about why he's there. He's there. He says
Yes.
he's there to visit friends because he's embarrassed about this. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. So yeah, he sort of moves on from them quite quickly, doesn't he?
Yes.
He has, it seems, managed to get to sleep briefly, but gets woken up by another fax from his missus.
Yes.
Who is it his study? She wants
They're
to know.
redecorating the study, and
Yeah,
she's a bit
fucking
snippy.
woman.
She's a bit snippy because she mentions something about how she's making lots of friends with the construction people, which sort of implies that she's pissed off because she's been left to manage this. While he goes and brings home 2 million.
I couldn't want to go back to that. I'm sorry.
You'd throw yourself off that wouldn't.
No, I'd stay in fucking Tokyo with Scarlett Johansson. I'm gonna be level
But
with you.
but that's the thing. He does mention it later on that they had a really good time when they were younger, and life just sort of moved on.
I know.
Yeah, she sends through
But sometimes there comes a point
swatches.
where if it's not working anymore, you stop forcing it to work.
Yeah, but I don't think he's at that
I'm
point
just,
where he can sort of admit that. And there are
I know,
kids
and
involved, which he acknowledges
whether
makes
that's
it
the
more
case or
complicated.
not, I
Again,
get that.
that's the point of transition in his life. He's
Yeah.
his career is over. He's doing these jobs. He's got kids that he doesn't really see and don't really seem all that fussed with him at that age. His
Mm,
marriage is kind of dead. It's that he's moving into the next stage of his life,
yeah.
and it's a confusing, weird time, and he's spending it in a confusing, weird place.
Yeah.
Um, we get I can't. I struggle to remember the order things happening.
We have a brief moment where Scarlett Johansson is seemingly feeling a bit neglected by her photographer husband of 2 years, as
Yeah.
played by Giovanni Ribisi,
Yes.
who is one of those sorts of stars that you sort of recognise his face, and he's been in quite a lot of big things,
Is he
but
in?
he's never like the main himself, is he?
Is he in? Oh, it's that guy.
He's one. I feel like he is. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen him in something else.
Well, he's in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh right, okay.
He's in Friends.
Yes, he is. He's Phoebe's brother who fucks her or
Yeah.
something. I can't remember.
No,
I've never seen Friends.
she is a surrogate for him and his partner's children.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's not what you said, but okay. Anyway, point is, he's one of those sorts of actors that ends up in these sort of side roles.
Yes.
Sometimes of great importance into the plot.
Mm.
Obviously not in Friends; it's just a side role, isn't it? But he never ends up being from what I've seen of him, he never ends up being the leading man, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's a shame because I do like him as a performer.
Well,
Personally.
yeah. I mean, in this, he's as you say, he's Charlotte, played by Scarlett Johansson. He's her husband,
Mm,
and much like Bob, she's going through a transition phase because she's only been married 2 years.
yeah.
He's more invested in work, it seems. So it's not. It's the connection's sort of going a bit. And she's struggling. She's graduated from Yale with a degree in philosophy. Has
Mm,
no idea what to do with her life. Um, which is that having been young, I know what that's like.
mm.
You know, and you almost certainly do too.
Oh yeah.
Um, so you got two characters going through a transition and struggling with it. It also,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's noteworthy that there's a recurring theme that they struggle to sleep,
Yes.
except when they're with each other.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
We'll get to it a little bit, but she goes to, I think she goes to a shrine,
She does.
and then she comes back, and I think she rings her therapist or somebody. She rings a lady. We never find out anything about her, but she rings a woman, and she's trying to explain that she went to this shrine and she didn't feel anything, and she's
Yes,
crying.
that's an absolute cry for help, isn't it? Let's be
Yes,
honest.
I felt. Yeah, she didn't feel anything, and she's trying all these different things just to fucking get something out of it.
The next note I made after commenting on this phone call is she does have a lovely bottom.
Yes, thank you, Roger Ebert. Um,
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Two
um,
thumbs up.
thumbs up. What is the question? But
Oh yes, yes.
they
Sorry, go
yeah
on.
they do they the two. Well, Bob first sees Charlotte in the lift.
Yes,
Um, as I think he's going to the ad
he's on his
shoot,
way to the advert shoot.
and we get it's yeah we get a,
Casablanca, Boogie Nights.
yes, we get a funny scene with the director where the director's clearly listing off a load of instructions, and the interpreter's like giving him
Turn to the camera.
yes.
Is that all he said?
Is that all he does the faster, more intense George Lucas thing as well.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's a wonderful scene. I like it. It's very amusing as an outsider who
Yeah.
knows about. It's absolutely not all he said because of
No.
words we can pick up,
Yes.
such as Casablanca and Boogie
Well,
Nights.
it's probably a good time to mention that this film there were accusations of racism
I can see that.
and I get it because there's a lot of
Yes.
L's, R's to L's, and things like that. So I get
Yes.
it. But I watching it, I was thinking, and I think what sort of saves it from that for me is that the Japanese people aren't portrayed as sort of stereotypes or ridiculous. They're all serious. This all makes sense to them.
Mm.
It's just because Bob and Charlotte are from a completely different world. This is alien to
Yeah.
them.
They
The
are
world
until
isn't
they.
the world isn't the problem. It's
There was a
just
point
yeah,
where the meaning, not the context of the term, but the idea of strangers in a strange land came to mind.
yes,
And again, I know that's not what that. This isn't what that means, but they are people who were strangers become acquainted in this completely foreign land to them.
yes.
You know,
It's
and something about that just it fit. It seemed
mm,
appropriate a thing.
it is the perfect setting because
Mm.
Japan and Tokyo in particular, there's lots of stuff that is different and I guess kind of weird to Western eyes. You know,
Hmm.
just their
Yeah,
whole culture. It and lots of lights, and there's a scene in an arcade where everybody's playing like weird games or
yeah, sort of
different
rhythm
games. You
jumping,
know,
and
this film is full of shit like that, and it all helps because they are lost, and of course you get the whole thing with the literal lost in translation. There's numerous scenes where because not many people in Japan speak English,
no,
and there's plenty of
no, not
scenes.
then at least. I suppose maybe it's a bit higher now,
I
but
don't know. I was looking into it because I want to go, and I'm
mm,
sure I read like don't rely on people speaking English because they won't. And there's plenty of scenes in this movie where Bob and Charlotte are just being spoken to in Japanese, and nobody has any idea what they're saying.
mm, this is fair enough. I just very briefly, and I feel like perhaps there's this look whilst he's doing the. Oh no, hang on, no. Uh, I made a point of it in my notes about how he's clearly trying to do a good job of this advert,
Yeah.
but the translator is letting the side down.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
there's this look he gives at one point where it comes across as a very "Is this what my life has come to?"
Yes.
I
Straight from
thought.
Harrison Ford, I imagine.
Yes, most likely.
He,
But I did think in this early part of the in the film um, that there was a sort of theme that perhaps Bill Murray's character was too big for this world. And the two specific shots made me think of it. Now, when he's first in the lift on his way up to his room, he is a head taller than basically everyone else.
yeah.
And when he gets into his shower, he has to raise it by quite a margin
Yes.
because, and it I don't know. It's probably it might be deliberate, a deliberate thing that they're trying to convey. It might just be me projecting. I don't fucking know. But something about it felt he is too big for this world in a
Yes.
physical and performance. Like his what he is expecting of his career. This is all beneath him in every way possible. But he's having to do it anyway,
I think that's
sort of
very
thing.
true. I mean, in the literal sense, Bill Murray is like 6'3", and the average height in Japan is significantly lower.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
he stands out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this. He is out of place here. Nothing is
Mm,
made to fit him. You know,
no.
it just adds to it. Great bar in the hotel.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty.
would love to
It's well
spend
designed.
an evening there, and indeed Bob does.
A
And
few evenings.
yes, yes. Is this when he meets Charlotte?
It's when they share a glance across the
Bar, I guess.
bar,
Yeah.
and she sends something over to
I
him
think it's
to
I
hold
think it's
something.
an ashtray full of cigarettes,
I don't know what it is,
or
but he
I
ends
don't
up
know.
downing it, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked like there were cigarettes in there. It might just be nuts. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever it was, he got taken over and he downed it. So
Yeah.
we have missed a bit actually. We missed the woman who knocked on his door,
Oh yes. Was
who wanted to go on.
sent up by the man. She's an escort,
Yeah, she is an escort.
and the management has sent them up because he's a big star, and that's what's expected. And she offers him a massage, and he says, oh, "No, I don't get massages anymore."
Hmm,
So he knows what this is because presumably this has happened before in his career,
most likely.
and it is
And
ridiculous.
this is one of the examples where the L's and the R's don't necessarily.
Yes.
And she makes a big point of wanting him to lip her stockings, and there's a bit of semi-amusing back and forth about what the fuck she actually wants, and it becomes apparent that she wants him to rip her stockings,
Yes.
and then presumably roleplay some sort of getting taken advantage fantasy.
Yes, they roll around on the
It's happening
floor and
quickly.
he breaks a light.
Yeah, and she just
And
carries on rolling around on the floor. It's like, oh no, please don't stop, please. You know.
stop, Mr. Bob Harris.
And in again during this photo shoot, we have mentions. I know it's later on the photo shoot, a bit later on, but we have the same sort of thing, and they talk about how he needs to look like the Rat Pack
Yes, Roger
and
Moore.
instead of a Rat Pack and Roger Moore, and you
Yes.
know these sorts of. He gets invited to Japan's Johnny Carson as well. And I don't know what the fuck Johnny. I have a vague image of what Johnny Carson's show would be like, and I don't think it looks anything like
No.
that.
Yeah, that guy
Um,
apparently is. I don't know whether the show is accurate, but apparently that guy is an interviewer, TV
yeah.
presenter in Japan and really big.
You know they you know, we have all this happen. They share that moment it's a distant moment in the bar.
Yes.
She's obviously not interested in the conversation at the table she's at. He's
No.
obviously alone.
Yeah.
And you know, they it's a nothing moment. It's like a brief recognition of the situation they're both in, I think.
Yeah.
Before he leaves. And I made a note here about as like an overall thing. I'd forgotten to write this. Two individuals that are trying to discover themselves discover each other.
Yes.
It's something that I felt seemed applicable about this point.
Yes.
You know, they're both a little lost.
Mm.
You know, they don't know who they are anymore. Potentially, you know, they've lost a bit of a sense of self.
Yeah.
And rather than finding themselves, they find each other and then themselves again, maybe. But I'm still.
It's up in the air. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
So.
You know.
We
do meet another actress.
Yes, Kelly.
Yes.
Who is
played by Anna Faris.
Vacuous and annoying and sticks out like a sore thumb, but I think
I do think she's been typecast a little bit, sadly, Anna Faris.
It's silly. Do you know who that character is allegedly based on?
No.
Cameron Diaz.
Okay, I believe that.
Apparently, yeah, she's so fucking vacuous. Not Cameron Diaz, well, she might be, but certainly Kelly is.
Every role I've seen her in, she's been that sort of.
She's
on that sort of verge of, you know.
She's the likable bimbo, I guess, a lot of the time.
I wouldn't even necessarily go bimbo, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think it was she classifies, but.
Well, John knows her. John has worked with her before, and they're getting on like a house on fire. And John certainly seems to forget Charlotte is even there.
Yeah.
Which isn't great.
Like, adding to her feeling neglected.
Yeah. And he goes off to do his photography work, and she's left alone again, and she just hangs around in a room. And Bob does his photo shoot.
Yeah.
And the directions he's being given aren't great. He's told to be like Frank Sinatra and Roger Moore and put his hand next to his face and all this stuff, and he just fuck it, yeah.
Close your face.
Yes, he's very keen to get out of there at that point because his agent, because the people in the hotel have said they want you to do this chat show. That's really fucking
he's like,
big
no,
here.
I need to be out of here.
Get me home. He's like, no, it's more money.
They're paying you a lot of money for this, Bob.
Yes.
Incidentally, Bob Harris is the name of the Radio 2 resident gardener.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And then Bob and Charlotte meet.
Yes, they hit it off in the bar briefly.
Bob is talking about an unnamed Hollywood actor who's been married several times. And Bob doesn't care if he's gay because he doesn't think he's a good actor anyway. We never find out who it is. Could be anybody. And he does his for good times. Think Santori times.
Well, he gets interrupted, doesn't it, by the waiter?
Well, the waiter does it with him.
Yeah, no, it's sort of like he's trying to do the bit, and the waiter sort of. That's how I interpret it. The waiter sort of fucks it up a little bit.
And she has no idea what they're going on about, and ends up ordering like a gin and tonic or something.
Yeah, vodka cranberries.
Yeah. And they ask each other what they're doing here, and Bob very revealingly says he's being paid $2 million to do this ad when he could be doing a play somewhere, which is he could be doing meaningful acting work, and instead he's he's doing
This
this.
this to me is the more mature, sophisticated version of Alan Rickman's role in Galaxy Quest. At this point, this
More,
is the look.
yes,
This is what I'm doing with my fucking life, and I could be doing Shakespeare. You
yes.
know, it's like there's a sort of underlying resentment for the fact that yes, fine, we're getting all this money, but good God, I could be doing so much more.
I think it's resentment and it's disappointment.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
I
it's
can see
like
that.
I'm selling this schlock, and it's like
Hmm.
I should be. I feel guilty for not doing something better,
Hmm.
more important. And Charlotte says she's here with her husband, and they have a chat, and they hit it off.
Yeah,
And
and then we don't see an awful lot more because he goes for a swim and she goes to the arcade that we mentioned earlier,
yeah,
and then they bump into each other in the pool. Or near the pool. He's leaving, I think, and she's on her
I
way
think
to
that.
it
But I
or
think
whatever.
either he's coming in or whatever. They're both in
Yeah,
dressing gowns, and they both meet. He
yeah.
has had a funny scene with an exercise bike as well,
Oh yes.
which
Well, it's a cross trainer.
a cross trainer, which he can't.
Yes.
It makes me laugh when it goes really fast and he just help.
Well, obviously, because it has then calmed down a bit, and then it happens again. So clearly, he's
He's
had
just
the
mashing
help.
buttons because he doesn't understand what anything says.
Let that be a lesson to you, viewer. If you are not sure what you're doing, get proper help or don't bother.
Yeah,
You know.
don't, yeah, just stop is the
Yeah.
answer in that scenario. But she invites him to go because John has gone. He's gone on a work gig and he's going to be away for a few
Mm,
days.
yes.
And she's meeting a chap called Charlie, and Charlotte invites Bob.
Yes. And they meet at her hotel room and they get
There's a
ready for that.
funny, sweet
I
scene. Yeah.
I considered this. I made a note here. The relationship at their point of leaving to go out here seemed a bit more father daughter.
There's aspects
You
of
know,
that.
like have you
Um,
remembered your coat sort of thing. You know, is
it's
have you
fun.
got your key?
It's fun, cute teasing, and
Yeah.
he picks up a CD that she was seen
Mm,
listening to earlier. That's like a self-actualization thing,
yeah.
and she pretends, oh, I don't know who that is, and he's like, oh yeah, I listened to this. It's like, oh,
Mm,
similar people at similar stages in well, different stages, but similar emotions attached to the stages that they're in with regards to their own lives.
mm,
So they go out in the town, and we meet Charlie Brown, who is called that because he looks like Charlie Brown, apparently. Um, and they go to a bar and they're hanging out and drinking, and then they go to think shit sort of kicks off. Bob's talking to some guy who's speaking French, and Charlie Brown
yes.
gets into an argument with the bartender,
Yes.
who
Mm.
produces an air rifle and starts shooting wildly at them. So they do a runner.
Yeah. The subtitles for this were a bit awkward because there's a mention of an air rifle, there's mention of a BB gun, and there's
Yeah,
mention of a taser. So
yeah.
I was a bit no stun gun. I think it said sorry. So I was a bit unsure what he actually had.
I,
But it was some sort of projectile-ish weapon.
yes,
Um,
yeah, it's something like that.
they get chased away,
Yeah,
and they end up cutting through what I believe would be a pachinko place.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yes. And they end up getting into a taxi and going to what I thought was someone's apartment.
it looks like an apartment, and there's sort of
It
smoke, and
does.
there's a bit of weed, and they're just sort of. It's just a night out where you don't
But then they're at
really.
a karaoke place.
Yeah, you don't really know what's fully going on, but they're just sort of going from place to place, just hanging out and chatting, and then, as you say, they go do the Japanese thing. They go to a karaoke bar,
Mm,
and
they do.
I don't recognise many of the songs they're singing
Well, I know that Scarlett Johansson did Brass in Pocket,
by
and I know that
the
because I have a write
Pretenders.
about it. Yes, I thought she had the pink hair on. I thought she was being intentionally flirty, but it is a flirty song.
It is.
It's basically I'm special. And I'm going to show you how
Give
I'm
me
special using
attention.
all my womanly wiles,
Yes,
basically.
and he sings
And
a
also
song.
to what in the outro there's a bit. Um, the line is "Give it to me any way you want,"
Yeah,
which is very much a
yeah,
I'll do whatever if you want to sort of
yeah,
situation. So it's a flirty song, and she was playing on that very much
yeah,
in that scene, I
yeah.
would say.
Um, yeah, they hang out at the karaoke bar. She steps outside for a cigarette. He joins her. She puts her
Mm,
head on his shoulder,
yeah,
and then in the cab back, this is one of those moments I was sort of mentioning earlier with regards to the sleeping. It's been a
mm,
running thing that they can't. When they meet each other, they're like, "I can't sleep."
yeah,
He's asleep in the taxi, and then
yes,
she falls asleep at some point, and he takes her to her bed.
yeah. He carries her to her room,
Yes.
tucks her in. and
it's
then leaves.
yes, it's
Makes sure
almost
the door's secure and leaves.
like it's yeah, a metaphor for, well, it is. It's about inner peace. They are restless, and then
Hmm.
when they're with each other, they make that connection, and now they can rest to some extent. There's a
Yeah.
sort of peacefulness, and it comes up again later. Um, and so yeah, so they have that, and then what happens next? I forget. I've just watched it. I can't
So
remember.
yeah, I watched it the other night. So Wednesday night. So so he ends up calling his wife and having a little chat with her, and
Oh yeah, he's drunk, isn't he? And she's no, not interested in the least
no, because why would she be? She's got fucking carpet to put down in the fucking
in the
thingy
study, and the
in the
kids that
study.
won't eat, and
He goes to play golf, and I thought, or do some driving at least, and I thought it looked like it was inside. Personally, I don't know if you
it's
got an interpretation. It
well,
looked inside to me.
no, I think it's just in the shadow of Mount Fuji. I think it is outside.
I think it's for perspective. It looked like there was a wall behind, like I don't know. I just
I
it
don't
didn't
think
look
that's a
right to
stage
me.
shot. I think that is out
No, I'm
on
willing to. I'm
location.
prepared to accept it
Yeah.
is. It looked like
Well,
a
yeah. I mean,
room.
it's a beautiful shot, but again, it's very
Yeah.
sort of dreamlike and weird that he's doing this sort of American thing.
Mm,
He's on the golf course. He's on the green, and in the shadow in the background is this massive Japanese mountain.
mm,
You
yeah.
know, it all builds.
Mm,
Um,
yeah. They end up meeting up for food.
do they?
You there?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, they do. They go to a bar, like
Yeah.
a fish bar or something, and she,
She shows him her injured foot.
because she stubbed a toe or something. She kicked something
Yeah.
accidentally.
Yeah. Mate, he jokes about black toe being the sort of thing that would be on a menu and
Yes,
all that kind of stuff. And again, there's potentially racist undertones to this sort of.
yes, yes.
um, but it's Bill Murray, isn't it?
Mm.
And he ends up taking her to the hospital where they piss around.
Yeah, it's a fun scene. He tips her in the wheelchair, and I think that might have been genuine because Scarlett Johansson does sound genuinely like, "Don't fucking do that."
Mm.
Um, they talk to
The
the guy at the desk who doesn't speak any English, but they're just like, "We're not going to another hospital. Fine, whatever. We'll figure it out."
yeah,
Um,
she's getting looked at and she gets treated, and
he-
he's in a waiting room, and he's having a conversation with the old guy with a baseball cap and the trainers, right?
apparently that's a woman.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was both.
Apparently, I always think it's a man, but I've seen. I think on TV tropes they refer to them as a woman. So I guess.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It's an amusing interaction between the two of them, as evidenced by the two women that are in the row behind them that are laughing their heads off at this
Yes.
situation. I would 100% believe you if you told me that this was just a thing that happened that they got on camera.
To be honest with you, I always think it is, but I suspect
Yeah,
I don't know whether it is or not. I have a
I
feeling
would believe it.
I have a feeling I either read it or, like you, I just watched it and just sort of conjured it in my head that they were just sort of shooting stock scenes of Bill Murray sitting there, and then a little old woman showed up for an actual appointment, and they ended up talking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would be, like I say, I would be prepared to believe that that was just a
Yeah.
genuine. In fact, the line I wrote is, I would absolutely believe that a lot of the interactions that BM had with people are just random people they got in.
Yeah.
Like I don't, you know, I stand by it. I do
Yeah.
because it's with the language barrier and that being a core component of the style of humor in these particular scenes, you
Mm.
could just do it. You don't need to. You don't need to script it. You can just fucking do
At
it.
the very
You
least,
know?
it feels like improvisation was a big part of those Bill
Yes.
Murray scenes where he's just chatting with people.
Yeah.
Like during the
And
party
he's a
where he's
natural comedian, isn't he?
yeah,
Let's be honest.
during that party where he's chatting with the guy who's speaking French, that sounds like it could be. They just said
Mm,
this guy's going to talk French, Bill. Just reply, do whatever.
yeah.
But it's like the whole thing I said about the whole racism allegations and my view that I don't feel that quite as strongly because it never feels like they're taking the piss out of the Japanese. It's just like this little old lady. She finds it funny too. The joke isn't
Yeah.
this little old lady doesn't understand what he's saying. The joke is neither of them understand what the other is saying, and they're ploughing on regardless.
Mm,
um, so she gets looked at. Scarlett Johansson, and she comes out and he's got a little owl. She's like, "Is that for
Yeah.
me?" He's like, "It can be."
Well, it can be.
So I guess it is.
Yeah.
Um,
They the next night I understood it to be. They end up arranging to meet at a place called Orange.
yes.
And this is a place where there are the breasts that you previously mentioned might be in this film.
Are,
There was quite a lot of them.
is the song "Fuck the Pain Away"?
I don't know. I didn't catch it.
I only think I know that because there's a video of Chris Chan singing that as their father dies in the next room, and it's
Oh,
just
okay.
imprinted on my memory of Chris Chan singing "Fuck the Pain Away."
Uh,
Anyway,
whilst drawing Sonic
yes.
fucking, presumably, I guess. No, there were a lot of breasts in this particular scene.
Yeah.
And he arrives before Scarlett Johansson, who presumably didn't realise that this was what this was.
No, and then she shows up and asks him how long he's been here. And I think he says something like, "I couldn't say."
Yeah, something like
I have no idea.
that. It's not a classy establishment, is it? I didn't think. I thought it was a bit.
It's kind it's. I mean, it looks nice. The place looks nice.
Oh, you would say that, wouldn't you, you pervert?
But it's
So I thought it was a little bit much. I thought in, but it's not. It's a different culture. It's a different era. Even it's 23 years ago.
it's just a strip club. It's
I
just a
know.
strip club.
Is it a strip club or is it a titty bar? Because like, I know to some people there's not a difference, but like, I didn't see any stripping going on. They were all ready.
I suppose it is a titty bar. I was one of those people who assumed there was no difference, and that was just a way of referring to a strip club.
It might be, but like, there's no stripping that we see. We hear that there's lap dancers. There's some people are getting a private dance
Yeah,
lesson. I
they're
think
they're
we get
topless
told, which is
table
only
dancers, and there is a bar, and I suppose it is just a titty bar. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah,
Tell
they
you what,
go. They decide to leave. Where do they go?
yeah. They go back to a hotel. They go to watch TV in his room.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes.
They're watching we get a lot of TV scenes with Japanese television, which is indecipherable to
Yeah.
a lot of Western people. And Bill Murray at one point watches Saturday Night Live footage of him with a monkey, which is presented as a film that he made in the 70s.
Hmm. Apparently, a see this is saying that the difference between a strip club and titty bar are mostly that a strip club is the standard neutral term, whilst titty bar is informal and often derogatory.
Mm.
But predominantly, the first is professional and the latter is slang with a focus on the breasts.
Well, that's
So
what I basically assumed.
yeah, like I feel like this leans more titty bar side than it does strip clubs. Like I say, I didn't see much stripping going on.
I don't know. It just feels like 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 a nudie club. You could probably find a place like this in London. You know,
Yeah,
there's
probably
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 places
find one
like
in
this
your own town
in
if you.
every city's on Earth. Every city on Earth. Yeah, we get a great scene of them in bed, sort of falling asleep and just chatting. And she's asking
Yes.
him if it gets better, and he says no. And then he
Yeah.
sort of changes his answer and says, "Yeah, it does. You sort of learn more about yourself." And
Hmm.
you talk about marriage and how having a kid. I thought of you when he was talking about this. That having a kid is the most
Really.
terrifying moment of your life because your life, as you know it, has finished.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you get to know
It's
this
not your
amazing.
life anymore.
Yeah, you get to know this amazing person, and that's great.
So as long as you stick around for it.
Yeah,
A lot of people bail, don't they? Bastards.
yeah, yeah. Uh, um,
No, no, it's true, isn't it?
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Um,
And I don't have a lot of sympathy for people who don't even try.
yeah.
I can understand people who try and can't do it and can't cope. I get that. I can appreciate that is a difficult situation. But people who don't even fucking try, go fuck yourselves.
Too many people
Simple
are
as that.
having kids and having kids who don't really want kids, who haven't really thought about it. It's an immense responsibility.
Oh yeah.
It's the biggest thing you will ever do in your life if you choose to do it. You are creating life and you are now responsible for that. And I couldn't fucking do it, but that doesn't that's not a bad thing. That's just
No.
it's not something I can commit to. Anyway, yeah, Charlotte talks about how she's tried to get into hobbies like photography and writing and she's not much
Mm,
good at it and she doesn't really know what she's doing and earlier in the film she told him that she'd graduated in philosophy and he says, "Oh yeah, a lot
yeah.
of bucks in that racket."
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
and they fall asleep. again, the whole sleep thing comes into play. They fall asleep. Um, and
I'm assuming that's a jet lag thing, isn't it?
you
They're out of whack.
I mean, okay, it's the Watsonian Holmesian thing again.
Hmm.
It's like in the actual literal world of the movie, yeah, they're just jet lagged,
Hmm.
presumably.
Their circadian cycle is not in
Yeah,
sync with the city,
but
and therefore,
thematically, it's about being at peace and restlessness, and they're at peace when they're with each other because they can connect, and they're restless when
well, I
they're
mean,
not.
considering when they are doing this connecting with one another, I mean, it is possible that they're just, they might be making a connection between them finally being at a point where they can sleep and the people they're with. It doesn't necessarily mean that actually these
You're
people are having
ruining this. This is obviously the why. Why?
No, look,
Stop
I get that's a
nitpicking.
point, but there's you can people coincidences happen, and 9 times out of 10 it's a coincidence. You know,
Yes, all right. They're out drinking and then they're doing stuff, and then they come home and they're probably very tired. I get it, but thematically,
yes,
that's what that means.
I
It's like
know thematically,
Jesus,
I know in
Jordan.
the film that's the whole point, but come on,
Um, but things sort of go a bit down for Bob because he gets a call from his wife when he's in the bath, and he's trying to connect with her, and she's just not. She's she's uninterested to the point of not even noticing really what he's trying to do. And she's like, "Should I be worried about you?" He's like, "Only if you want to be." It's, okay, I've got to go. I'll call you later.
yeah, she
And he has his
okay, I
yeah.
couldn't cope.
It's a lovely bathtub though.
I didn't really take it in.
She's got then he goes to his he does his chat show because he's called his agent and he's changed his mind because he wants to spend more
Yeah,
time with Charlotte
yes,
and he
Charlotte
can't
Johansson.
bear his fucking true wife. And the chat show's as fucking nuts as you would expect Japanese TV to be.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
watching it back later in his hotel room, and that's just rock bottom for him.
mm,
So he goes to the
it's
bar,
not good.
and he's got his eyes closed, and he's got a cigarette and a drink. And the lounge singer,
Mm,
who has appeared a few times, who was genuinely a lounge singer in a Tokyo bar that Sofia Coppola met and cast a year later after meeting her. Um,
mm,
she comes and sits next to him and introduces herself. And next thing we know, it's the next morning. He's waking up. Breakfast has been ordered.
yeah,
There's a bra, I think, or panties on the side.
it's a bra.
Yeah, and we hear her singing,
I
and
know the difference.
well, there you go. And we know what's happened.
I'm getting to the point where I need to start wearing one. So
he's spent the night with her,
yes. Oh my god.
and he's like, oh fuck, what have I done? You know,
Yeah.
this is not. He's ashamed of it, and there's a knock on the door,
Yes, there is.
and he very quickly says, "I'll get it,"
Yeah.
because he's ashamed of himself, and he doesn't want Charlotte to know, because on some sense, the way this is played out is that he has cheated on her.
Yes, I get that. Yeah.
But
Not his wife,
yeah,
but her.
I don't think,
He spent his night with another woman instead of with her, which
yeah,
is a sort of a breaking of the subtle, unofficial arrangement they have with one another to spend
yes,
their nights together,
they,
socializing.
yeah,
Yes.
he answers the door and it is Charlotte, and Charlotte hears the singing and is annoyed, and she leaves. But when he opened the door, she invited him to a sushi place, I think, or a lunch
Yeah.
place, so he knows
Sushi
where to
place,
find her.
which looked like it was doing beef. I don't know.
It's just
You know.
slices of ham.
Yeah. I don't know.
They sit down and it's very awkward, and she's sort of glaring at him and says,
Sashimi. It might be sashimi.
"Sashimi, yeah, possibly."
Yeah.
But she says, "Oh, shabu shabu," says Wikipedia.
Okay.
A hot pot dish of thinly sliced meat and vegetables boiled in water and served in dipping sauces. So
Yeah, so that makes sense. Like a,
she
it's a bit like a boiled fondue,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. There is a dish in the center of the table, so you imagine they're dipping and eating. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she says it makes sense you would want to be with someone your own age, so you can talk
Mm.
about what it was like growing up in the 50s and your movies when you were relevant in the 70s. And
Yeah, she's being funny, spiteful. Like,
she's pissed off and jealous and being a bit childish. And he responds
yeah.
like, "What's the matter? Couldn't find anyone to lavish attention on you."
Mm,
There's clearly a lot of tension. They're both. It's a really I. It kind of sums up for me their relationship because
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
played as I have no reason to believe this, but my interpretation is that she is jealous and doesn't fully understand why. There's no reason for her to be jealous. She has no right to be jealous of this, but she is, and it's played as a betrayal, and they don't speak to each other. And then later that night, fire alarm goes off.
And the firefighters look like fucking out of this world people.
They're dressed in silver, aren't they?
I mean, no doubt that's what the firefighters look
Yeah,
like over
I'm
there, but it
sure.
looks fucking mental.
It's Japan. Everything's different, but they're all outside, and they lock eyes and they sort of walk over, and she's like, "That was a horrible lunch. That was the worst lunch ever." It's like,
She's
what's
away from she's away from the group as well. It's
yeah,
like a sort of not like a loose mingled crowd of people that are staying at this hotel.
yeah,
It's quite tall hotel and very few guests in it. It seems.
yeah,
Although I suppose a building of that size has more than one fire assembly point for safety reasons.
yes.
Uh,
What sort of restaurant makes you cook your own lunch?
yeah,
I
yeah.
went to a restaurant in the Maldives where it was a hot rock cafe, and you had a rock which like a slab of slate, which was heated, and they served you your meal, and you sort of cooked it on this rock yourself as an experience.
When I went to Birmingham back in November and we had to miss a week of this, I I went to a place that did like a fajita. No, the hotel I was in, they did like a fajita thing, but they didn't make the fajitas. They just gave you the mix and the wraps and made you do it yourself, which I suppose is fine because
Yeah.
ultimately you know. But it was
Mm,
you know, I don't mind a dish with some assembly required. I wouldn't want to cook it
yeah.
and all.
Mm.
You know, I'd fuck it up.
So they talk, and he's going home. I think the next day.
Meant to be, yeah.
Yeah. So they go to the bar and they have a very quiet, tender moment with one another.
Hmm.
Um, the next morning, well, they part ways in the lift. It's a bit awkward because he misses his
There's
stop, and
there's this bit where he says he doesn't want to leave, and she tells him not to, and they'll start a jazz band
yeah,
together.
yeah,
Yes, I made a note of.
yeah,
But yeah, so there is, as you say, this awkward bit where he misses his stop, so they go to her floor, and
yeah. There's a little gives her a little peck, and off she
yeah,
goes. And next morning, he goes down to the lobby and is met by his group of people who
yes,
give
his
him gifts.
entourage.
He goes away to make a phone call, which is very amusing because he says, "You've still got my jacket. I was hoping you'd bring it down, but
But I suppose you've stolen it,
yes,
so
bye
enjoy my stolen jacket.
and enjoy the jacket which you stole from me."
You know, I don't know why I thought this, considering I know about the very last bit of their last interaction together. I knew about that going into it, so I don't know why I thought this. But I briefly considered whether she might have killed herself. Like I don't know
That would
why,
be
but
fucked.
it would.
It's not nearly as fucked up because the reason why she didn't answer was presumably because she was making her way down with the jacket, and
Yeah.
as Bob sort of dismisses a lady who recognised him to speak with Charlotte, and
Mm,
they have a goodbye again, and he
yeah.
takes his jacket, and then he leaves and gets in the car, and she goes in the lift, and
My note on this is they say their goodbyes, and he seems so upset, having made a genuine human connection with someone in this strange world he's in.
yes, it's not a full goodbye. It's not.
No,
He hasn't said what he wants to say,
no.
and as
But
he's
this is
yeah,
at this point, this is as much as he believes he's going to be able to do
yes,
in terms of goodbye.
and as he's going home in his car, he spots her.
Mm,
Well, a woman we assume is her because it's a blonde-haired woman who looks a bit like Scarlett Johansson from behind.
yes, and I recognise her behind. I'll tell you that much.
I knew you were going to say something like that. I knew.
I wasn't going. I didn't make a note of it. I
Yeah.
just you set me up for it.
I know it's my fault. I do that thing where I set you up and then I act like I'm so shocked, even though
Yeah. Oh, I was so shocked and disappointed that I did what you wanted me
you
to.
didn't have to.
You wanted me to.
um, so he runs out. He leaves the car and he runs and finds her, and they have a proper goodbye. They embrace, and famously, he whispers something in her ear.
Yes.
They hug, they kiss, and he leaves. And he gets in the car and he goes back to the airport, and presumably they never see each other again.
She's sort of on the verge of tears as she's walking away again. I thought is how
Yes,
I sort of interpreted her expressions.
and him too. As he's walking away, he turns back and he looks genuinely saddened. You know,
Mm.
they've parted ways. What do you think he whispered in her ear?
I think it doesn't matter what he whispered; it's none of our fucking
I
business.
completely agree with every word
But
you've just said.
also the actual thing that he whispered for. I mean, that's how we're meant to take this film. It doesn't. It's not meant to matter what he said.
It's
It's none of
not
our
for
fucking
our
business.
ears. That is a private
This is the
moment
one.
between those two characters.
This is the one private tender moment that they have in this film together, and
Yes.
trying to unveil that is a form of betrayal on the art form that is movie, right?
Okay.
However, I for comedy's sake, I'm going to say, for Christ's sake, Scarlett, if you weren't 17,
Oh God.
anyway,
um. Yeah, I think Bob or what's his name, Bill Murray. I think it was revealed at some point that basically Sophia Coppola said, "Just say something. It doesn't matter. Just say something." And I think the thing he actually said was, "If things don't work out with John, come and look me up."
it should make sense.
Which, but as far as I'm concerned, that's not true.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know what he said. Everything and
We're meant
nothing.
to wonder.
Everything and nothing. And he drives off to the airport, and
This has been the
she's
best week of
walking.
my life.
Yeah, it could have been
Thank you.
it could have been anything, or it'll all be all right, or believe in yourself, or something like that. It doesn't matter. Could have been any
It
number
does
of
get
things.
better because 23 years from now you'll come back to Japan and you'll see a young man
Yeah,
and you'll do all this again, but
the
from my
cycle will
perspective.
begin anew, and you'll end up having sex with a lounge singer, and they'll be annoyed.
Yes. Um,
And
yes.
yeah,
There's a lot
that's
said, there's a lot said in the hug. There's a lot said in the whisper, and they do share a quick smooch as well.
yes,
Which
it's
you know.
yeah, it's just yeah, and that's lost in translation, and it's fucking
Yeah.
great. What a
No, I enjoyed it. I
great
did. I
movie.
really enjoyed it. Who would you say is your favorite performer, your best performer in this
Well,
film?
obviously, I thought Scarlett Johansson was great, and then I found out she was 17, and it's like I remember when I was 17, and I could not deliver a performance of that magnitude
You
when I
can't
was
now.
17. I couldn't do it now, so
Mm.
I, yeah, just put in she, yeah, 17 years old, and she's that fucking great. Yeah, she's the best in a crowded field. She is the best.
Mm. Yeah, fair enough.
Nobody does it better as Anna Faris's character butchered in that bar, and they both laughed at it, which is great because they're both kind of on the same wavelength and as cynical as each other. It's like that dinner
Mm.
scene where she's talking about how everybody thinks she's anorexic, but she's not anorexic. She just has a high metabolism. But her dad's anorexic because he was captured by the Cubans and they gave him anorexia in the Bay of Pigs.
From the description of what happened, it sounded more like he's got bulimia. Like,
She doesn't fucking know the difference. She
no, I
said
know, but I'm
she
just
said,
saying that
she
because
says the reason she loves Japan is because of the Buddhism. Better than any
okay,
other she it's her favorite Asian nation because they've got Buddhism here and they don't have it anywhere else.
oh
Apparently,
well, I missed that. I guess.
in the yeah, but yes, I Scarlett Johansson is my favorite and possibly given her age the best performance in this film.
Okay, what would you say is your worst?
I don't like Anna Faris, but I don't know whether that's the character or
You're
the
not meant to.
performance. You're not meant to, and the character is so jarring.
Yeah.
Maybe she is. I don't know. Maybe she is the worst. I don't think it's her fault though. Just because I've seen her in other stuff, and it feels like I'm watching. It's like scary movie. You know,
Like I said, I feel like she's a little bit typecast.
it takes me out of it. If they maybe got a different actress to play that role in exactly the same way, it wouldn't be as bad. So I don't know whether it's her or the character or the writing or
Yeah,
just the casting.
fair
There's a
enough.
whole mess of stuff in there. I don't know.
Hmm, fair enough.
Go on. Who do you love and hate?
It's the same person.
Oh,
It, look, I struggled with this, and then I realised that Giovanni Ribisi
yeah,
uh, is doing a fantastic performance as the neglectful husband.
yeah.
I feel like I completely believed that he didn't even notice what was going on. Like he couldn't see the wood for the trees. He was so focused on his work, and then
Yes.
the social aspect of that. Because
Mm.
obviously, as a photographer, you need to sort of connect with people in order to keep your business going, don't you?
They're
You
from
can't
two
just
different worlds, really.
yeah. He's an arts. She's a
She's academic
humanities
and
academics. Yeah, you know.
she's yeah.
So he sold that performance to me. Like I have no issues with Bill Murray's performance, absolutely fantastic. Scarlett Johansson's performance, absolutely fantastic. But in terms of a character that sold it to me best, I have to give it to him. I think
Okay.
it's a close field. It is. It absolutely is. Um, However, his performance as a warm-blooded male uh,
Saying he doesn't
is somewhat.
accurately play the part of anybody who would be interested in Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, correct. While
Because
she is half naked in the room.
he doesn't sell you on the idea that anybody would leave half naked Scarlett Johansson to go to work.
Exactly.
Right,
Yes.
I see.
That is like he plays it so well that he is not believable as an actual person.
Well, it's a very
Um,
incidentally, that's a very personal sort of film for Sofia Coppola because I think Charlotte is in part based on her, and John is in part based on her then husband.
oh, okay.
So there's definitely aspects of that in it. Um, but yeah, that's Lost in Translation, and it's I've watched it again, and it still fucking holds up. It's still fucking great. It's just a story about, as I said, two people whose lives briefly intersect, who are lost in this strange place, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I love it, and I'm glad you
Which
liked it too.
yeah, I'm I did. Do I need to keep my notes in case it goes fucking awful again this week?
Well, I'm checking the recording, and it's still picking me up,
Oh, okay,
and
good.
it's picking
Because
you up, so
obviously,
we're fine. We're
I
fine.
deleted the notes just after we finished, and then all of a sudden, I do actually want to say, with it being Valentine's Day, there was a thing I thought of yesterday, yesterday morning, which
Okay.
made me, uh, which I feel is somewhat relevant to this,
Uh huh.
and there is there is a sort of love story here, and it's not. People think love story, they think romance between people, but there are multiple forms of love.
Hmm.
Right? You can be in love with someone and it not be sexual romantic love. You love your family. You're not gonna fuck them, are
Yes,
you?
you've made
You
the
know, it's a
point. Come on.
it's no. I made the point to you. It's not just to you, is it?
All
Reese?
right. I'm sure they understand.
I'm detailing.
Okay.
Um, and it's such an involuntary thing. You know, these are not people who set out to be in this situation. I do believe that they fell in love of a sort, personally,
Hmm.
rightly or wrongly, and it's not your conventional love story. It is a different sort of love that doesn't tend to get looked at properly in movies,
I
and I
I
think that's.
I think the characters might well lean more to characterizing it as something romantic and might
Hmm.
understand it as such. I think it's a more important connection than that.
Yes, yes, there is more to a true romance than
It's
romance.
it's it's just two people who connect,
Yes.
really connect, and at a difficult time in both of their lives,
Mm.
and that's far more important than it would have been if they had sex, which would have been gross
Yeah.
as well because of the age difference.
Well, yeah. Also, again, I don't know why I wrote this, but it's falling in love because it's involuntary, not jumping into love. You don't jump into love; you fall in love. And no one ever falls deliberately; it just happens. You
Right.
know? Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. What's your
Hang on,
next? Oh, okay.
I love you, buddy.
Ugh. Don't
See,
don't.
I can't say nice things about you.
Sorry, that was I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, I do have a sort of love
I
for you.
like you too, Jordan.
I do have a sort of love for you.
Okay,
I don't want
what's
to fuck you,
all right?
but
Okay,
but
well,
we've expressed before that we're like family, as far as I'm
in a
concerned.
sense, this is making me very uncomfortable. I know I asked
Well,
for
that's
it, but this is making me very uncomfortable.
we it's important that you understand that I value you.
All right, Thank you.
and I appreciate you, and you are a positive contribution to my life. And there are not many people in my world that I would say that to.
Thanks. You're all right too. What's your next movie?
Dickhead. Uh, honestly, this is why I don't do it, because when I do open up,
No, I appreciate that was difficult for you, but
you know, if it was ever a day to do it, it would either be today, your birthday, or Christmas. And we
I'm
don't record on like
I'm
two of those.
giving you a virtual affectionate punch in the shoulder.
No, it's my shoulder, weakling.
Yeah.
Anyway, movie next week is well, it is a sci-fi.
Oh,
Yeah, we've not had a sci-fi for a while, have we?
when was the last? What wasn't Galaxy Quest? Was it surely?
I don't know. I feel like we've done one. We'd have to look through the list.
Well, I can do it now.
You could do it now.
I'm bear with.
Yeah, it takes long. You need
Playlists. Where's reviews gone? Where is it? Is it right down at the bottom? Hang
No,
on.
it'll be near the top because we keep putting stuff in it. We did the Star Wars films, but obviously that was before we did.
I can't see it.
There's Galaxy Quest there. We did. Jurassic Park's almost a sci-fi. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is definitely a science fiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Deep Blue Sea. Would you consider that a sci-fi of sorts?
There's science fiction-y elements in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're the ones that we've done. Would you hazard a guess at what movie it's going to be?
Is this the one you want to watch but haven't?
No, I have seen this film before.
Okay.
This is one that stars in a leading role, an actor that was in a leading role of one of our other films.
Okay. Is it? Oh. Is it?
Oh?
Is it Sam Neill in that Event Horizon?
It's not, but that is a film that I've never seen that I would like to at some point. So maybe.
Well, maybe we'll watch it.
Maybe. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'm going to write Event Horizon.
I'm going to write Event Horizon on my list because I'd quite like to see that too. Actually,
at some point we will do that. Then.
Yeah,
after Star Trek.
After Star Trek, we'll probably get round to watching Event Horizon.
Yes, we're going to be doing The Fifth Element.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, starring Bruce Willis and Ian Holm and Mila Jovovich, along with others. Yeah, I can't remember his name now. Sirius Black.
Yes, Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, that's it.
Little Mo's big brother, or Big Mo's little brother.
Who fucking knows? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll be doing The Fifth Element, so join us for that.
It's a film I've always thought is okay.
Yeah. Oh well, it's been a while since I've seen it, and you know, figured why not, right?
Why the ruddy bloody hell not?
Exactly.
Bye.
Bye everyone.